For more on this, I'm joined by Ana Fontal, Senior Press and Public Information Officer at the European Council on Refugees and Exiles. Thanks very much for talking to us. Europe has, of course, been pretty heavily criticised for its approach to all of this. We have now had this 10-point plan announced. What's your reaction to the measures in that?
Thank you. Well, at least finally there is a sense of emergency, a sense that something must be done, and that's something to be welcome. There are some positive points on this plan. In particular, there seems to be an opportunity to give more resources to search and rescue in the Mediterranean, and that's something we have been calling for, and we really hope it will actually become true. We really hope that member states will step in and give resources and create a proper search and rescue mission, as the mission that was in place by the Italians that saved over 100,000 people. The problem, however, is that many points of this plan focus on trying to keep refugees out, and that makes no sense. Smugglers, of course, need to be prosecuted. They are criminals. They have no regard for human life, but they are the symptom of the problem. They are not the cause. We need to think why people rely on smugglers. Where do they come from? These are people who are fleeing war in Syria, who are fleeing oppression and dictatorship in Eritrea. It makes no sense to think that they will stop fleeing because they have to flee for their lives. We will do it as well. And also they cannot stay in Libya, now being a lawless country. Therefore, they will keep coming. The choice for Europe is whether we actually only give them the choice of coming irregularly, putting their lives at risk, or whether Europe opens possibilities for them to come safely and legally.
Europe hasn't been particularly accommodating, a lot of European countries anyway, in terms of accepting refugees from Syria. There are, of course, exceptions, Germany, for example. Do you realistically see any of that changing?
Well, there is some momentum now. We really hope something will change, because otherwise, when is going to change? How many more people have to die for this to change? We really hope now they will take steps for this to change. It's the opportunity is really now, or people will continue dying, and more, because also with the summer coming, more people will go into the sea and try their luck, and many will not make it if there are no other choices.
You talked about how saving these people is more important, really, than the fact that they're coming. Nevertheless, there are, as you say, these people are at the mercy, really, of some pretty unscrupulous traffickers. Tackling that problem is going to be a lot more difficult.
Tackling the problem of smuggling, it is indeed important, but it's not solving the problem, because they will come in some kind of way. Nobody's going to stay hoping, that the bomb will not fall on your family this time in Syria. So people are moving. Mostly, they are moving to neighboring countries. I mean, we have 1 million Syrians in Lebanon, in a country of just over 4 million people. That's where refugees are. But that situation is not sustainable. I mean, now we are in a world that has seen the biggest wave of displacement. There's more war, more persecution than ever, and therefore there's more displacement. And Europe cannot just isolate themselves and pretend that they can, really seal themselves from all these problems. People need a safe place. Europe can offer it, and it's the moment to do it.
Ana Fontal, thank you very much for talking to us.